and we may disagree politically or whatever, right? But we still, black men living in America, and I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that you would agree that we're trying to recover from past things that happened in this country in order that we could be on a somewhat equal playing field, socially, economic. And I have no problem with negativity being pointed out because we should be able to call out or not the negative. I have no problem with that either. But it seems to be playing into negative stereotypes, and it seems to be representing the whole in a negative way. Like, I can't hold myself to a standard to what a woman does because I'm a dude. And shouldn't we be promoting, of course you want to point out the negative so we can try to point it out and let people know that that exists. But can I ask you, do you think that 80-90% of women are black women in America act that way?
I think 80 to 90% of black women agree with the behavior. Even this woman I caught today, when she was trying to talk shit about black women getting on social media wanting to get attention, she was just mad because she couldn't get attention. That was the only reason she was saying it, because I went to her page and she had tried. So I think that a lot of black women see these black women and live vicariously through them, which means they accept the behavior. I'll explain. That the majority of people, the videos you saw were of white people running around just randomly calling blacks niggers. And you could put that up for 10 years and not run out of commentary. Wouldn't you think that white folks kind of agree with that behavior? That this would be an epidemic amongst whites if you had 10 years of video, 10 years, where you could show white people across the United States. And I want you to think about it. There are way more white people in the United States by a landslide than there are black women in the United States. So if you can find black women doing all the things I'm saying, I'm showing, you should be able to find white people just randomly calling blacks niggers. But you can't. But if you were, nobody would have a problem with you saying, damn, it's an epidemic among these whites. Because not only could you find all these videos of whites doing it, but every time you tried to call out the whites doing it, other whites got mad at you and called you a nigger, increasing the number. Right. Because with black women, the ones who don't act like that, you know what they'll do to prove to me that they don't act like that? Just like that.
Okay, like now, on this particular point, we've had this conversation. I got like a small little thing, just really like friends and family. You know what I'm saying? We go online, travel a lot. So
I'm gonna tell you, they got surgeries for that.
Okay.
Because you said you had a small little thing, but go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I feel you. I'm gonna just make it happen. Now I gotta deal with what I got. But like, we have had similar conversations like this, and this is like the point that you just made. I've actually made that point a different way. One thing I will admit is persuasive or pervasive in the black female women community is they give passes for abhorrent behavior. And that is something that I will agree that there's probably a huge percentage that may not be involved in that activity, but they do give passes to it. So I can't argue with that one right there. The main thing is